you could change something about hip hop, what would it be?
Um, mm, Violence,
Violence.
the violence, because I firmly believe, and whether some may agree, some may not, that you become the kind of person that you listen to, with the information you digest in your system all the time. Subliminally, it goes into your conscience, and you know what I'm saying. And when you're of a young, impressionable mind, it develops who you going to be, your character. You know what I'm saying? If you keep having negative influences and keep hearing the same shit all the time, you might do the stuff that you're listening to. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to just listening to, oh, that's just entertainment.
Right.
Yeah, but to your favorite artist, you may think, oh, he really da 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 da, based on his background and story. But I mean, honestly, it would be the violence and how women, it's like how women have to be portrayed to get attention in the industry.
Sexuality and stuff.
Because it's like, it's not, I put it like this, we've seen people like Lauryn Hill win at the highest level. They didn't have to do none of the things that you see women doing, twerking. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, yeah, we like watching that shit, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean? What message that send to little girls? You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Your mom don't want to see nothing like that on TV. She's like, oh, why she got to present herself that way? But you know what I mean? It is what it is. Like, it's a male dominated industry. So women got to do what they got to do to try to win, you know what I mean? In a male dominated industry. So, you know what I mean? I would say violence, because, that's the thing about it. It's the thing about how many people probably got killed to certain songs, like, for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's dope you alluded to like the women aspect of it, because you familiar with Tierra Whack?
Yes. Very familiar with, well, I'm not gonna say very familiar with Tierra Whack, but I definitely know that name. I know she's definitely making moves out here. Shout out to her. You know what I mean? Holding Philly down.
And she's an outlier when it comes to like just doing her own thing and not really following the trends and being over sexualized and stuff like that. And she's a spitter.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Salute to her.
And that's the thing too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Having they don't really, if you think about it, they don't really like lyricists like that in the mainstream industry. They want you to dumb down your message and basically just say everything that you're saying is just toxic and just, it's not really good for you. Like, the messages itself, right. You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of it is because the market, well, it's commercialized. Now it's way more commercialized than it was when I was younger. I don't know how old you are, but I know when I was a shorty, hip hop was still kind of like in its developmental stages. So there was a lot of experimentation and sound, and it goes back to like all the rappers were being a little bit more creative. You had a room for Busta Rhymes, and you had room for Wu-Tang, and you had room for the Roots. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like it's a formula now. So like somebody who actually has something to say, they can do it. But like Kendrick dropped an album that's not really doing the numbers that the mainstream would like to see him do because of his brand being so big. But he's got a message, so people are kind of like, nah, I don't want to hear that.
Right.
And they rather hear somebody talk about blowing somebody's brains out and getting to the bag and slapping some ass. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I like them songs too. I'm not going to say I haven't partied to them, or I haven't sat down and smoked one to one. Like, it's a lot of music like that I like. That the messages are terrible, but I love the songs. It's the songs I grew up off of. So,
right.
You know what I mean? I don't mean to contradict myself. But at the same time, we should always just monitor what we intake. You know what I'm saying? We monitor the food we eat. You know what I'm saying? We should monitor the things we listen to and the things we watch on television, because it all goes to our subconscious. You know what I mean?
Right. Some balance. Create some balance.
Create balance always. Yeah.